What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Brian Reacts, where I review pro form and amateur form alike. On the tee pad today is Roger. With that said, I'm going to jump right into the action. Again, if you like these videos, please leave some comments. I will respond and read everything. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that as well. Good evening, Roger, wherever you happen to be, and greetings from Seattle. I'm out in the lab tonight because I felt a little inspired, and I wanted to do a run through of your form. I saw a Reddit post where you were showing yourself throwing 3 or 4 shots. One of them standstill, at least a couple of shots with footwork, and you were asking the Reddit community for help because you've been toiling on your form for a while. You know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of the skin suit guy from the first Men in Black movie, in case you've seen that, or maybe that's a dated reference. His name is Edgar, and he's wearing an Edgar suit, and he's trying to mimic how a human moves and behaves, but he can't do it because he's an alien. And it doesn't help that his body is decaying in real time. In your case, it's not that severe, but the form that you exhibited in your video from 2 months ago looked a lot like that. It was an example of pure mimicry without any understanding of any athletic intention. So you're kind of setting up your body and getting into this position, getting ready to throw the disc. And then you kind of just take your arm and poke it out into the air. And then kind of rotate everything forward, attempting to throw the disc. And of course, you got a terrible result. I believe that you have gotten some instruction since then, or at least you've been iterating on your own form. I know that you're a college student and you probably play with other college level players. So there's a lot of good examples to emulate. I imagine you play against people who've been throwing since they were children and they can throw the disc quite well. So your form is evolving. However, there is still a gigantic missing piece of intention in all of your mechanics. And until that singular intention is corrected, none of the other advice that people are giving you on the disc golf subreddit are ever going to make you 1% better. Because you can't correct any of the problems that you have in your upper body, which are many, until you solve the fundamental problem in your mechanics. You are not rooted to the ground. You're not bracing at all. What you're doing in your form is walking forward, mimicking this original position of walking backwards as best you can. And when you're hauling your entire body forward to try to throw the disc, you're literally falling in slow motion with the disc kind of fumbled up against your body. I'll try to do it kind of from memory. But you're instantaneously turning around, stabbing the disc out behind you, kind of putting your foot down, and then shifting, falling backwards as you kind of fall backwards off your foot. And because your body has begun rotation, the disc is just kind of somewhere in here, trapped up against your body, going who knows where. Forget about nose angle or trajectory or accuracy. Get the thing out of my hands. And yet somehow you're still capable of throwing, as you said, close to 300 feet, which is miraculous. It's a testament to your fundamental athleticism. I imagine you've done other sports in your life. But just like my student Regan, who I've covered extensively on this channel, a guy who's incidentally now throwing 73 miles an hour and very rapidly becoming one of the best players in the state of Pennsylvania. Like Regan, you are doing a lot of things that are massively subtractive to throwing the disc correctly because you don't have a brace. When I first started working with Regan, he didn't have a brace either. A year and plus later, he's unbelievably good. So today, I'm going to teach you how to brace properly, how you can, instead of falling backwards off your heel and tumbling the whole time while you try to just get the disc away from your body, you're going to be stacked in a position of strength and balance, using the pillar of your right leg and your right quad to provide muscular stability and skeletal stability to resist all of the rotational energy coming from your upper body. And there will be a lot of it once you're braced properly. I'm pretty sure I could get you throwing the disc 60 plus in one face-to-face lesson in maybe an hour. But hopefully the cues today will get you at least something close to that. Fundamentally, we're trying to rotate our hips from a loaded position where you're coiled up into your back hip to a throwing position as fast as possible. And you can turn your legs, you can try to turn your hips as fast as you want, But the way you speed them up tremendously is you use your right quad to open your right hip up and cause your hips to instantaneously redirect. That takes your torso with it and throws the disc in the right spot. Right now, you are not equating throwing the disc at all with stability on your leg. It's very evident in your standstills. You're standing here like this. You're stabbing the disc behind you, and then you're kind of just pulling it while you're standing very firmly on 2 feet. That is entirely upper body driven. I'm gonna give you one more quick drill. I have just a regular driver here. So all my weight over my right leg, focusing on pushing into the ground with my right heel while it pulls this leg up off the ground, and I rotate it in at the same time. Now, I take a disc in the same position, just letting everything flow down the line. Now I'm going to do 2 things at the same time. I'm going to use this left arm to stop rotation on this side, and I'm going to correct the disc into a flat plane. I can swing this thing so hard, doing nothing with my upper body at all, other than just keeping the disc out away from my body and letting my right quad turn everything forward. Huge amounts of power on tap from just that. Imagine once you're able to stabilize everything and actually get footwork to add to your velocity. You look tall, lanky, long, whippy, flexible levers. You're gonna bomb the disc. I'm pretty sure, Roger. I think you're gonna bomb the disc as soon as you start to get this feel. So go to the broom drill, try fans afterward. We'll take it from there. We'll see what happens. Thanks, man.